Hey, so today we're going to cover a not so fun topic, and it's about breaking off an engagement. Now, I've come across this scenario a couple of times, either through people I knew, through friends, and through people who've come to me through my YouTube channel. And they want to know how to know when it's time to break off an engagement. Now, this is never a fun topic to talk about because there's so much emotions and feelings involved. But I'm going to give you 5 ways to tell if it may be time to call it quits or maybe just put the engagement on hold. Because really, it's a lifetime decision and you want to make sure that you're 100% sure about the person you want to spend your life with. So here are 5 ways to tell if it's time to break off an engagement. Number 1 is, did you say yes because you couldn't say no? I mean, this is such an obvious question, but sometimes when you're caught up in the moment, if a proposal will elaborate, if you love the person, it's really hard to say no. And I know this is the rest of your life here, but if you've been together with someone for, let's just say 3-4 years, and the next logical step was just to get married, it's very easy to say yes. It's easier to say yes than it is to say no. So check into when you agree to getting married. Was it just because it was easier to say yes than no? Number 2, do you love him and are you still in love with him? There's a difference. After a while, when you know the initial lovey-dovey phase of a relationship kind of fizzles out and you get into the comfort zone. This could be 2-3 years, but you just get so comfortable with a person that they kind of become your roommate. And this is so common in many couples I've witnessed. And you could get to a point in your relationship where you love your man, but maybe you're not in love with them. Same with a woman, if you keep thinking of breaking off an engagement. You know, maybe you love them, but you may not necessarily be in love with them. And that's okay. Number 3 is, can you see yourself with him or her for the rest of your life? So this is a lifetime decision here. I know you may look like a dickhead if you call off the wedding, but in the long run, you're saving the other person a favor by telling them, by giving them a chance, by not wasting their time with the wrong person. And I know it's hard that you've invested so much money already, that you poured in all this money and you may not get it back, but think about your future. This is the rest of your life. If you're not happy now, if you're having debts now, what's going to happen in 2-3 years time when you potentially have kids, when you have more commitments? So I know that at this point in your life, you may have committed to a lot to planning a wedding and to paying for a wedding, but if it's not going to happen, it's probably easier to get out now than later. Number 4, are there any deal breakers? So sometimes you get into a relationship hoping that the person will just change because they love you so much, or they'll want to change because they say they want to. And some of these deal breakers can really affect you and the family that you may want to have. And it may include, so for example, gambling, drugs, physical abuse, and you think that, you know, maybe a wedding will solve it, but getting married is not going to solve your existing problems. So if you can't cope with the existing deal breakers that your guy or your girl has, it may be time to just put the wedding on hold until you resolve them. Number 5, it brings me to my fifth thing. Do you have unresolved issues that's causing reoccurring fights? So it could be finances, you know, the way you resolve conflict. So this is one thing that Christian and I had to work through because we have very different conflict resolution style. When I get into an argument or conflict with someone, I just need time to myself and to just think it through so that I don't say anything rash, whereas Christian wants to solve the problem right away, and it really bugs him when I kind of shut down and I go within to kind of solve the issue myself. So that was something that we really had to work through before we got married. And a conflict resolution and having these unresolved issues, it's okay. It doesn't mean that your relationship is a sham. It just means that you have some stuff to work on. I recently read this article by Michelle Obama, and she really she talked about how her and Obama really needed some work as well, and that she wanted to say it's okay to. She said that it's okay to argue. It doesn't mean that you're not perfect or you're not meant for each other, but every couple has their own hang-ups. So all the couples that you see on Instagram, you're only seeing the best version of the relationship and not the real thing. So these are five really big things for you to think about if you're having any sort of doubts about the relationship. And it could be very scary to break up with someone and have to start over again. So if you're having any doubts of your relationship, I promise you won't regret it if you just look within and thought about these things, because it is the rest of your life here. It's okay if you have to start over. And to be honest, if you're having doubts and unresolved issues right now, getting married is not going to solve them. They're just going to come up sooner or later. So the sooner or later you can deal with the existing issues within your relationship, the faster you can resolve it, the faster the two can move on and to be happy. I hope this was really helpful. It was a hard one for me to jot down because it's a really difficult decision that someone has to make. And I'm not telling you to break off your engagement. I'm just telling you that if you're having doubts, to really, really think about it. It is the rest of your life here. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you want more, if you want to connect, you can email me, Iona at 30everafter.com, or please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Thanks. Bye.